is all about people working together to solve a problem, to investigate something, and so it is the essence of, it is the heart of what collaborative innovation is.
The design of the workspace is to create collaborative innovation, so I think it fits beautifully with the theme of the larger forum.
This is collaborative innovation, I mean, at its best.
It's informal, it's exciting, dynamic, stimulating. There's movement, you're not spoken to or preached to. You're encouraged to think with other people, and then it's fun, lots of fun.
Well, what's enjoyable about this is that it's interactive and participatory. So we are talking to one another, and the people are very different. They're not a group that we would normally meet together in one place. And you get the advantage of the ideas of all these different sorts of people being brought together.
It's great. People are usually engaged, a lot of participation, very diversified, background, and you get a lot of ideas.
The workspace to me is an explosion, a brainstorming, an opportunity for people to really get to grips with the issues and with one another.
When I stepped in, I thought, gosh, this is the Club Méditerranée of finance. Music, drawings, etc. While it seems to me it's a very powerful instrument to have people speak up.
It's a strange setup, right? Think about the physics of bringing together people from different industries, people who are even competitors, frame around a social change problem and say, you have 20 minutes creatively to try and find a solution to a problem that the world hasn't figured out yet. By the way, now you have 19 minutes and 30 seconds. And people stand around with this deer-in-the-headlights thing for about 1 second, and then it's incredible. People's desire to problem solve, collaboratively, springs forward, and people start scrawling things on boards, and it's creative, and it's messy, and it's pretty cool.
Here you get to experiment, you get to explore. The freedom of the space, the way it's constructed, the level of energy that you have here allows people to imagine things that they don't normally imagine in their daily life.
It's a cocoon in which you can find yourself with compatriots in a safe place that allows you to explore things freely.
It's actually very energizing, invigorating, sometimes a little frustrating, but that's part of the process, and I think it's great. I would continue to build on this, because I think it's a really good idea.
This is one of the things I like, this balance between substance and form, between design and content, which I think gives you a more holistic outcome than you otherwise achieve, and especially in today's complex world, that's extremely important.
It's fabulous. I'm an old astronaut, and that's a little different perspective, but then you're with business leaders, you're with people that are running, in this case, what we just finished, a water partnerships. I mean, it's tremendous, just bringing the brain power together, melding it together, and trying to come up with some actual solutions.
There's a lot of network being created here, and there's a lot of ideas being touched on again and again and again in different areas of the world. And I think that might be the most important thing.
The biggest benefit of a pedagogical scheme like this is the takeaway. Yeah, so they developed the takeaways themselves. And I know that in some of the Japanese, there were about 3 Japanese participants here, and when they go back, they implement the takeaways. And that's, I think, the very unique thing about the workspace. It's implementable, and it's all their own ideas.
And come up with a couple, that means 2 or 3, of very, very specific actions that can be taken to start to close a specific gap that we see.
I think this special workspace was very interesting because we have shown that if we refer to our rationality, we will be able to find some solutions, real solutions, for the key problems in the region, especially in Middle East.
People leave invigorated by what should be an exhausting experience. They're invigorated because they've suddenly had something occur that would take enormous amount. If you try to think carefully and rationally and linearly through something, you would never arrive at this end point.
In a few words, the workspace is just simply the highest value, most impactful, most insightful aspect of the entire World Economic Forum annual event.
sit, participate actively, honestly, and openly, and you will get returns that you did not imagine.
Rise to new heights. Don't be shy.
I would honestly recommend to people, hey, leave your baggage at the door. Come in with an open mind, because none of us are going to solve some of the world's problems alone. You need to do it in a team format. You need to do it with partners. The workspace gives you a chance to have partners, and it basically breaks down all barriers. A prime minister could be working with me, and that's an experience.
If you give everything to the process and everybody in that room commits 100% to the process, don't worry about the outcome, commit to the process, and I think you'll be astounded by the outcome.
You see them in the faces, right? And some of them say, aha! And when you see that, you say, we did it.